Hi guys, welcome to Ecuador Homestead. So we're starting out the week in the garden. We got a lot to do today, and let's get started on the update in our garden. Looks like we have someone to take care of, and I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? So you see this? There we go. That should take care of her. She should come back now. Now the first project we need to work on this week is fertilizing this bed, which the corn is in. As you can see, the corn is all popped up. We need to fertilize it with some guinea pig poop, so we're going to do that real quick. We also have a lot of other things to do. I don't know if you've seen, but the garden is getting really weedy. Tomatoes are falling around everywhere. We have to do a lot of that. I'm trying to film everything in one day, and not necessarily edit it in one day, but film it in all one day, because there's things that are changing around the homestead, and I may have to start filming get all my filming done just in one day. So we'll have to see how this works out today, and hopefully we can pull this off. Okay, so let's go in and get started with fertilizing the corn bed. So we just finished the corn. As you can see, they've all popped up pretty much. Here and there are a few that didn't pop up. So I may eventually go through, and there's like they're in bunches. I planted 2 or 3 in each hole just to make sure that I have one in each place. Some of them didn't pop up. Some places didn't pop up, so I may thin out other ones in other places that do have a lot and put them in places that don't have any. I may do that. And also the bed over that had the strawberry in that died a long time ago, I'm going to plant that with corn eventually, probably in another month. Make sure this is okay, doing okay, and then I'll plant that, because I kind of want to stagger the corn so it's coming in regularly. We like corn in the homestead, but we just can't seem to grow it, so that's why I'm trying to give it a shot and trying to fertilize it as much as I possibly can to ensure a good outcome. Okay, so probably about 2 videos ago I mentioned, or maybe it was the last video, I can't remember, I mentioned that eventually I'm going to go ahead and pull up and just work and see if I can find basically any sweet potatoes in this bed, and so I've decided I'm going to do it now. It's about time. I think it's slowly dying back. Bugs are eating it, and it's just time to at least look and make sure that there are sweet potatoes under there. If there are and they're still not ready, I can wait. Of course, no problem with that. But I want to at least make sure that there are sweet potatoes down there. They're growing, and if they're big and ready to harvest, I'm going to go ahead and harvest them. So I'm going to just do this with my hands. I'm going to probably just I'll run the camera for a little bit, then I'll turn it off, and at the end I'll show you what results I got. So okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so now we have finished harvesting the sweet potatoes, and this is what we have so far. It's okay, I mean, an okay amount. They're rather small. Some of them are really actually rather small. Let me show you. This one's actually really rather small, but they're okay. This is one reason why I haven't harvested them all. There's still more yet to be harvested, because I'm waiting for them to get a little bit bigger, then I'll harvest them. Anyways, but tonight we're in the festival of Hanukkah. If you don't know, it's a Jewish holiday. We celebrate that, and they make latkes, which is made of potatoes, and we have sweet potatoes, but we don't have potatoes, so we really need some potatoes. So I've decided I'm going to change these out for some potatoes. So let me show you how to do this. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we have a good bit of mashed potatoes to make some latkes and some mashed potatoes. This will be good for Hanukkah, and my mom should like this because we don't have very many potatoes right now. Anyways, let's take them inside. Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of give you kind of a tour and show you what's going on a little bit more in the garden, and just give you a heads up on what's kind of going on. I'm kind of done with projects. I did a little bit more, like cleared in front of my garden. It was getting kind of weedy up there, then pulled weeds in some places and did some other things in that aspect. So I'm going to show you what I did, and yeah, just going to give you kind of a tour. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to point out are the onions. First of all, what I did just cleaning up wise was I took some of these marigolds were falling over, so I just supported them with a stick, which is right down there, to keep them straight up. And they keep the aphids away, so that's good. That's why I like them. I also supported that one right there with a stick, and they're doing okay. Of course, I noticed that some of them are getting really big, and I've seen some other bug on them. I may need to watch that right there. I'm not sure what this is right there. Maybe it's nothing, but let me see. Let's see if you see those white dots right there. I wonder what those are. Anyways, I'll check it out in a little bit, and I'll smash them if they're a threat. But anyways, I probably need to get some dirt and mound them up again, because you can see this one right down there. Its dirt is all the way gone, so I need to mound it up so it can continue to grow up. Now the sweet potatoes, I harvested some a little bit ago. They still need to have some more time. I also, basically they were coming over the side, so I just came and pulled them, and pulled all the ones that were coming out from the side on both sides. So now we just have them in the bed and not everywhere around the garden. Now here are the pumpkins. There's a slight bummer, and that bummer is the other pumpkins fell off. Yep, you heard it, they fell off. That's frustrating. However, we do have some others. As you can see, there's this one right there. And there's, I think I've counted like up to 3, or I think there's more. I think there's like 5 or 6 in different places around the plant. Fortunately though, I think I was talking to someone and they were saying it's probably a bug that's chopping off and eating the leaves, eating around the side. Now I'm looking down here and I'm seeing these little bugs right there. I wonder if these guys have anything to do with it. I smashed some. They kind of like to hang out they like to hang out on the pumpkins as well. So somebody was saying that they eat the crown right down there, just kind of eat the bottom of the edge, and I don't know if that's the case. If that's the case, that's probably the problem. And I've kind of seen them hanging around this place, so I'm gonna have to get on the internet and kind of check around and see if this is the case, if this is the problem, and then deal with it. If y'all want to help me, y'all can actually try to figure out the problem as well. I don't have very much time on the internet, and really all my time is just uploading the video and then getting off and maybe dealing with a few comments as much as possible. So if you want to help me, you can actually just help me by looking it up and then leave a comment below. That would help me a ton, and thank you so much for doing that. If you decide to do that, it would be great. Now, as I mentioned, the corn's coming up, so it's doing pretty good still, and hopefully everything's going to work out great. I don't know if I mentioned before, corn in our family has just not done very good. So this will be one of the first times that it's actually worked, if it works. So we'll have to see how this does. I'm hoping it'll work. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Okay, so the tomatoes, we have 3 beds of tomatoes. Of course, I've been kind of pulling up the tomatoes that have not been producing over here. They've already produced, so I've kind of pulled them up right over here, because they're just, they're just going everywhere, and trying to stick up some to keep them inside of the garden. Once they produce, I'll just pull them up and same for these as well. Some of these probably won't produce. This is not very rich soil, so I'm gonna have to fertilize it. Again, it's just kind of leaves and then weeds, as you can see in tomatoes, and you have to keep the garden pulled. It's a constant battle with the weeds, and I really can't keep them all down. It's just kind of a constant battle. And sometimes what happens is when it's been really wet recently, which is also another reason why I've been seeing a lot of bottom rot right there on these big tomatoes. So, you know, these are worthless. These two. Maybe this guy will hold out and be the last standing guy to not get any bottom rot. I'm not sure. Now this chayote is doing okay, I guess. I mean, it's just slowly growing. It's all the way up to here, right there, and it's starting to grow a little bit right there. The other one, which was over there a little bit, which only you can really see now, the weeds, pretty much is dying. It's not going to make it, so that's kind of a bummer, but hey, hopefully we'll have this one. We also have a lot of other chayotes in the forest. So this forest right here, this is kind of our like forest that we have. It's just kind of a circle forest right in the middle of our property. We have that, and that's kind of, we're gonna have chayotes growing all the way up on the trees. So, and they'll just drop down when they're ready, so that'll be cool. It's kind of a interesting looking food. And now we also have the Grandilia, looking nice, still growing, and hopefully it'll cover the fence, the entire fence. They're constantly growing, and I'm hoping that, you know, in a couple months we'll have some of these fruiting. Okay, so now is the end of the video. Before I close out, I kind of want to talk a few minutes about some things that are going on. First, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you're gonna have a great year. Hopefully this year was a good year for you. For us, it wasn't the best, but it was an okay year, I guess you could say. Anyways, and we're looking forward to 2020. Hopefully it'll again be a good year for you guys. I want to say that real quick. Also, in January, which is, you know, the 1st, basically the 5th, I think, is it the 1st? I think it's the 5th. We're going to be opening up a store, and pretty much I'm going to be working maybe 4 days a week, maybe 5 days a week. I'm not really sure, in the store, so I'm going to be there pretty much the entire time. Hopefully this won't impact my garden updates too much. So I mean, I may start, if I'm pressed of time, I may start posting once a month on my garden updates. Sorry, there's not very much I can do about that if I go to work and I don't have times. However, there is an upside to this, and that is that I'm going to have more time to give back to the community on YouTube. And the way I'm going to be doing that is basically I'm going to be able to start getting back and watching people's channels that I've really not been able to watch for a long time because we haven't had internet at home. When I go to work at this store, I'll have a good bit of time to get on the internet, and basically when I'm not helping customers, I'll be able to be on the internet and surfing the web and doing things. So that'll give me more time on the internet to basically give back to the community for what y'all have given to me. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and yeah, so I just want to say that. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, especially you patrons, and hopefully I'm going to be doing some things on the community, in the community. So I look forward to that. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it. It's not going to be right at the beginning of January since we still have to get internet there. It'll probably be more in February when I start getting on the internet there. Anyways, so this is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give it a like, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and comment below and let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know what I can do to improve it, and yeah. Okay, like, subscribe, comment below. I'll see you next time in Echo Homestead.